Hello there. Hello and welcome to another Rain City Letters. You won't believe it. You simply will not believe this to be true. But it is raining again. It's raining outside once more here in Rain City. I can't believe it. It seems like every single time that we do this, it's raining again. Wow. Well, that's alright. It's good weather to sit down and write a little letter to someone. And that's what we're going to do today. I've got a green tea with me. Green tea with jasmine. It says green tea, jasmine tea. Green tea, jasmine tea. Green jasmine. Ah, delightful. Green tea. Tea looks more orange to me. That's the color of most green tea. It's just a classification of tea. It's a type of preparation of tea. The way the leaves are made. There are some green teas that have a green hue to it when steeped, but not this one. Yum yum. Well, I've given some thought as to the very first letter that I should write today. The very first letter, and I think it's been long enough. I want to try writing to the King of England again. I want to try writing to King Charles. King and Charles. I'm going to write to King Charles. What the heck is he's the somethingth. King Charles the Third. He's the third of them. He's the third of the kings named Charles. Well, I'm gonna write him a letter. And I've already picked out the specific paper and the ink that I'm gonna use. Get ready. Get ready, everyone. Does the audio sound odd to anyone? Is there some audio problems? Anyone having any audio issues? Sitting on my phone, it sounds good. Oh, good. Alright. It should be okay. You might just need to refresh the stream. Anyway, I have some vintage... My speakers were partially unplugged. Okay. False alarm, everyone. We're okay. We got some vintage Crane stationery. Crane & Co. You know, I think the camera's a little lopsided. There we go. Yeah, we're good now. This is the paper I'm going to use. There's two reasons why I've picked this particular paper from Crane & Co. One, because it's high-quality paper. High-quality paper, you can see it's got a watermark. Crane & Co. This is a kingly paper. The second reason is I don't actually like this paper all that much. So I might as well use it up when writing to the king. You know, I'm not going to use this paper when writing to someone that I like. Although, you know what? I take that back a little bit, because when I first got this paper, the plastic had some residue on it, and I sprayed some Goo Gone on the plastic to get rid of it. But very foolishly, I had the open box behind me. And the Goo Gone sprayed onto the plastic and bounced back, getting me in the face, and then also sprinkling on the top page that had been sitting here. And so that page was all kind of donked up. And so I wrote my mother a letter on the paper explaining the incident. because she likes hearing about my various mishaps and misfortunes. So, yeah, I guess I don't just use this paper for people that I do not particularly like. So here's the crane paper. Very good paper, though. I just, you know, the color's just doesn't really do it for me. It's kind of it's a muted blue. It's not a bad blue. I don't know. I think it works for a letter to the king, though, of England. Alright, the ink that I'm going to be using. It's very important to pick the right ink for the right paper. I think I've done it here. I think this is fine. I'm going to be using a Sailor ink. Sailor Shikiori Chushu. 4 Seasons Mid-Autumn Gray is what that means. This is it. Chushu. I put a little label on because the actual name is in Japanese. Sailor Shikiori Chushu Mid-Autumn Gray. It is a gray ink. Sometimes when I use inks of various different colors on paper like this, you know, paper that has its own color, the color I end up with is kind of not what I expected, necessarily. So I think a gray will be pretty safe. It's a reasonably dark gray. I have a feeling it's going to come across as like a light black on this paper. So let's write to the King of England. Dearest King of England. Spell it like that too, England. Alright, at the top here, I'm going to put today's date. This is March the 5th. March the 5th. March the 5th. $2025. And yes, I do send each and every one of these letters. So far, how many letters have I sent this year? I've been keeping track. 84. I've sent 86. 86 letters so far this year. This one's going to the King of England. Now, I'm gonna write in very formal letters, which this inevitably has to be. There's a format here that I'm not going to follow for various reasons. For instance, the date here, above the date should be my address, but I'm obviously not going to do that on stream. And I'm not going to fill it in later, because I'm going to seal this up and address it before the stream is out. You're going to see it sealed up. So I'm not going to put my address up there. I'm just going to hope that whoever's getting this in the office keeps the envelope with my address on it. So I can get a response back from the King of England. And when you do that, I would also put His Majesty the King, Buckingham Palace, London, SW1A, 1AA, at the top here, and then start my letter. But because I'm not putting my address, I'm also not going to be putting the king's address here. So I'm just going to start with Your Majesty. Start with a big Y. Your equally big M. Your Majesty, the last time I wrote to the King of England... The last time I wrote to the king, I sent a copy of The Table on CD, compact disc. That's the audio play I did with my friend Robert. And so far I haven't heard a response back, so I assume he hasn't gotten a chance to listen to it yet. I'm not going to make this letter about that. I'm not going to be like, I'm wondering if Thine Majesty has had a chance to listen to mine audio play yet. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. So, I have an idea of what this letter is going to be. It's going to be a very quick letter. A very simple letter. This is... I have room for a good amount of writing here, but I only really have one single question. Who are we writing to? We're writing to King Charles III. Your Majesty... We need to vamp a little bit. You want to get to the point very quickly, but not so quickly that you forget the formalities. Oh? Sorry, I have to run for just 1 second. Pancake is currently out on the covered patio, and she's asking to come in. You might get a Pancake appearance. 1 second. Alright, Pancake. Pancake is inside. Your Majesty. Oh, you know what? I said it was possible, and here she is. Here's Pancake. Pancake has arrived. Pancake is here. Pancake has hit the camera a little bit. That's alright. Move this out of the way. Pancake is stepping on things. Pancake's coming back. Hey, Pancake. Bumping the camera again just a little bit. We usually don't get through too many letters on this stream. partially because a cat comes and sits on my letter writing spot for about half the time. Nope. Hey, Pancake. How you doing, Pancake? Princess Kitty says meow to Pancake. Pancake, I'm sure it says meow back. I'm sure in her heart she says meow back. How you doing, Pancake? Why look up at the camera? Why look up at the little camera? I don't know why I'm doing baby voice. Pancake. How you doing, Pancake? Probably because she's a tiny baby. She's a tiny, itty bitty baby. I was trying to walk on my keyboard. No, thank you. Okay. Oh my god. Oh wow. She's reaching under the thing to press the keys. Oh, I missed a super chat. Apologies. Starbreed, thank you for the $20 from much earlier. Sorry, Starbreed. Long-time viewer, just wanted to say I love you. Thank you, Starbreed. I hope you're still here. I'm so sorry for missing your message. She's hitting the keys right now. Thank you, Starbreed. Do I have whatever toys are in here? Alright, I'm gonna try to continue in this letter. Your Majesty. I trust this. Oh. Disconnected for a second. We seem to be connected again. I don't know how long we were disconnected. The camera. Well, we see it seems to be back. Thought you were just planning ahead. No. Just a few seconds. I wonder if Pancake did that. I actually have no idea. She hit a bunch of keys. It's not impossible that was Pancake's fault. Purple Monkey, thank you for the $2. Do anything special for Pancake on Pancake Day? This is the false Pancake Day. This is the fluffy breakfast pastry Pancake Day. Pancake's actual Pancake Day comes later this month. So the only thing we did for Pancake today is the thing we always do, which is shower her with love and treats. I trust this letter finds you in Pancake is grooming, by the way. If you hear some licking sounds, that's not me licking my chops in anticipation of this delicious letter to the king. B, thank you for the $2. Isn't every day Pancake Day? It is true. Every day, just about, is Pancake Day. I trust this letter finds you in good health and spirits. Now, one of the most important rules that I've set for myself when writing these letters is that I will not lie. Which is why I've written, I trust this letter finds you in good health and spirits, instead of, I hope this letter finds you in good health and spirits. So I get around my rules a little bit. I do slink around them. But I try to follow them to the letter, if not the spirit. I trust this letter finds you in good health and spirits. Pipes Life, thank you for the $2. Is the rain in Rain City God's tears? No, it's just regular rain. It's just normal rain. It's just rain. Just water. I'm trying to think. The second sentence of a letter always gets me, because I always know how to do the first sentence, but the second one, that's the tricky one, because I don't really have anything else to say except for my question. I trust this letter finds you in good health and spirits. I have a question. For your majesty, maybe. I gotta be careful, because I can't just say you. I have to say, sir. I've started 2 sentences with I, that's alright. I have a... I have a question. For your majesty. Regarding invalid synapse, thank you for the $5. If you treat people as something other than people, you're lying to yourself. Is this a criticism? What? I don't not sure what you're trying to say here. Pancake is yelling. She wants to be let back out. I have a question for your majesty. Pancake is running around the house now. Oh, Pancake's back. She's brought a toy with her that she's now batting around the table. I have a question for your majesty. This is the toy that she's brought up. Regarding she's chased the toy off the table. Regarding the royal swans. Namely, Pancake is scratching her claws. Namely, oh my god, oh god, she's really booking it. She's in a chaotic mood right now. Namely, does Sir have a I shouldn't use the UK spelling of favorite. It's just because I'm writing to someone in the UK, I am from the US. Does Sir have a favorite? If so, does the swan have a name? Perfect. Alright. What is the So, if I was in the UK, I would be expected to respond with, I have the honor to remain, Sir, Your Majesty's most humble and obedient subject. But I'm not from the UK, so I will simply not be doing that. I will, however, and I think the king would appreciate this. I will, however, draw a little swan face here. The king is a fan of the arts. Oh my god. She's usually not quite this rambunctious. Pancake, oh my god. It's chaos here. It's chaos. Oh god, no, pancake. Alright, I gotta try... I'm thinking about trying to bring her back outside. Maybe she'll enjoy going back outside. Come on, pancake. Alright, for now we're safe from Pancake's wrath. Let's continue our little swan drawing here. Yeah, I think this looks good. Yours. Sincerely. Jason Steele. It occurs to me that it's not impossible for someone to read this as a decapitated swan and some sort of threat. But I assure you it's just a swan. I simply would not threaten the life of the King of England in such an easily traceable way. Waterline? Yeah, maybe there should be a waterline. A waterline might do it. I think that's a good idea. Perfect. Alright. And this goes so much faster without that pancake messing stuff up. Now, as much as I am not super fond of the of this paper itself, I do very much like the envelopes that they come with. This is the envelope. You open it up and it's the Greek key inside. Look at that. That's good stuff. That's classy stuff. Alright, let me write the king's address. B, thank you for the $5. You're missing an opportunity to apply to be the Royal Swan Portraitist. Make sure he knows you're available for work. I do not want to work for the King of England. I simply do not wish to do so. His Majesty. The King. Buckingham Palace. London. SW1 A, and then 1AA, United Kingdom. I'll put my own address on after the stream. But first, I'm gonna put the envelope in. I mean, the letter in the envelope. Someone asked if I fold in thirds, only for monarch paper, or you know, standard 8.5 by 11 size. This is a half sheet. Half sheet. It's one fold. Paper has gumming. This is paper for a monarch. Yeah, it's paper for a monarch, but it's not a monarch sheet. You could argue it becomes a monarch sheet when you send it to a monarch, but it's not officially. It's not the same sized paper. Now, because this is vintage paper, the gumming is a little bit... how do I put this? It's a little bit imperfect, so I am gonna... I'm gonna add a sticker seal. I have these. Can't use a wax seal without spending more on postage. This will do fine. And as soon as I put my own address on, this is ready to go out to His Majesty the King, Charles III. And this letter is complete. Time to move on to the next one. All this backing music, love to know what it is. Royalty-free stuff. Forget what it's from Sound Ideas. Alright, the next letter we're going to send is to a company. I send a lot of letters to companies. We're going to be writing to the Procter & Gamble Company. We're going to be writing to Procter and also to Gamble. Wax seals add so much charm. I haven't gotten into wax seals primarily because of the postage thing, so you have to do two things. Oh no, I gotta not do the two symbol. I found for some reason with the iPhone, if you do the two symbol. Oh no, it's not doing it. If you do the two symbols, sometimes balloons pop. Oh, there we go. I want to figure out how I can turn this off. That freaked me out the first time it happened. I was like, what in the heck? It was last Rain City stream. I was like, did you see those balloons? Am I not hallucinating? Those balloons. Oh god. So with wax seals you have to get the stamp hand cancelled, which means you have to go to the post office and speak to someone at the desk where they will manually cancel the stamp. Canceling is what happens to a stamp when you post it. It's the little ink that they put over it to make it so that you can't reuse the stamp. And you have to hand cancel it if you use a wax seal, because the machine that cancels the stamps simply cannot do it if you have a wax seal. It adds too much thickness to the envelope. And that's an additional cost. I think it's 43 cents. I don't remember exactly. Or you can put it inside another envelope. But for me personally, that kind of spoils the effect. There's ways to do it that are still fun, but that's why I haven't gotten into wax seals yet. It's nice. I like wax seals, but not really my thing yet. But who knows what the future holds. Alright, Procter & Gamble. What paper should I use for Procter & Gamble? Let me figure it out. Alright. I'm going to use a pad I have from Japan by the company called Midori. I really like their paper. This pad has some stars on it. And the stars are shiny. Shiny, beautiful stars. This particular paper, very high quality, but like a lot of high quality Japanese paper, very thin, very delicate, so I am going to use a little writing thing. What do you call it? A mat. I already have this mat, but this is not as hard. This will prevent the pen from possibly poking through. Now I gotta decide what ink to use and what pen. Alright, I think I know. I think I know what I want to use. This might be the wrong choice, but I'm going to gotta risk it. All right, the ink. By Waringful. Phantom of the Opera. They have a sticker on it, which is the mask, which actually covers up most of the name, which I think is clever. I like little touches like this, where, like, this is a separate sticker. This isn't just printed like this. This is a separate sticker. You can see the little edge of it that they've put on top that makes it harder to read the label. But I really like it. Phantom of the Opera. All right, let's write to Procter, and also, of course, Gamble. I have not used this particular ink on this paper, so we will see how it performs. It's possible I will simply ruin this sheet of paper. You never know, but let's try. Let's give it a shot. Let's live. Let's live and write to the Procter and Gamble company. Oh, I should write the date. It's the moment of truth. March 5th, 2025. Yeah, I think this ink works fine. In fact, I think it works very well on this paper. So, I don't know how well you can see. This ink has a lot of what is called sheen. So it's a blue ink, but at different angles, a lot of red comes through. 1 second. See that? turn the overhead light on, see if you can see it even better. Is this not a wonderful ink? Almost iridescent. It is almost iridescent. It's very dramatic, just like the Phantom of the Opera. Alright, March 5th, 2025. To the Procter and Gamble Company. This is a little close to the date, but that's alright. We just have to write a lot and it'll be fine. It's a little crowded. Should have put it a little lower, but that's alright. To the Procter and Gamble Company. My name is Jason Steele. And I have used gotta be a little bit careful because this paper, very good for fountain pen ink, but part of what makes it good is that all of the ink doesn't just get sucked right into the paper. But that does mean it needs some time to dry on the surface, and so, like, this E right here is still very wet. If I were to touch this E right now, it would just go smearing everywhere. So I have to be very careful as I'm writing. My name is Jason Steele, and I have used your Charmin toilet paper products for many years. Getting a little bit of ink on my finger, but that's okay. It is a high quality paper And I have no complaints. Oh, hello, Ramet. You send a scolding letter to Subway yet? I have not yet. I must, though. My name is Jason Steele. I've used your Charmin toilet paper products for many years. It's a high-quality paper, and I have no complaints. I have a question. I always feel like I'm misspelling regarding, but I never am. Regarding the Charmin mascot bears do the bears live in a future where animals live like humans or do they live in a fantasy version of our own time. I hope all is well. At the toilet paper factory. Sincerely, Jason Steele. Alright, I think this is a good one. I think this is a good one. Stay away from Subway. Oh, you don't gotta worry about about that. It's been many a year since I've moseyed on over to a Subway sandwich shop. Let me grab an envelope. Now, the nice thing about this paper, outside of the fact that it's just extremely high quality, very high quality paper, wonderful paper, is you can actually also separately order matching envelopes that also has that little star on it. Now, I think this is a good enough letter to warrant one of the matching envelopes, so I'm going to use it. Write out the address. For those of you who haven't tuned into a stream before and are wondering why I switch pens when writing the address out, it's because most fountain pen ink is water-based, and as such, if the ink gets in contact with the water, it will run. I have a what do you call it? I actually forget what it's called. I forget what the word is. I've got a fountain pen ink that's not water-based. It's... oh god, what's the name? It starts with a P, I think. It's not particle-based. Pigment-based. That's it. I got a pigment-based ink that I use for writing the addresses out. And if this ink gets wet, it will not run. So the address will still be readable, even if the outside of the envelope gets a little wet, like if the mail person walks through the rain with it. The Procter and Gamble Company and they actually have their own plaza apparently, because their address is 1 P and G Plaza. They got their own ding-dang plaza, can you believe it? Cincinnati. Ohio 45 202. Alright, because this is in the United States, I'm able to use one of my horse stamps. Gonna put one of these horse stamps on. Horse stamps, baby. It's the future of stamps. Horse stamps. These envelopes have a little, nice little inner paper too, which helps obscure the content and also gives a nice little surprise to whoever's opening the paper. Make sure this has had time to sit and dry. This is truly a wonderful ink. Just look at how the color changes as the light goes across it. Alright, I'm gonna put this in. Now, this envelope doesn't have any gumming. So I'm gonna use my double-sided tape here. I wonder if I should... if it's better to do it like that. It's got a little mini envelope inside. I think I'll keep it out. And I will tape here. Tiny bit of pancake hair, which gets on everything because she has so much hair and she gets all over the place. Should just slightly take that up too. Oh. Don't want to risk crumpling this, so let's put that down first, and perfect. Another letter complete. Let's see, who should I write to next? Sent a letter to Jim Ether. I have not written to Jim Ether. I feel like if I'm going to write to Jim Ether, I'm going to do it privately. not on a live stream. I can live stream letters to Robert because I feel like we have a pretty casual way with each other where it's like I could write a serious or a nonsense letter or whatever. I feel like Robert would understand how to take it either way. I don't really have a same kind of relationship with Jim either. Just don't know each other that well. Like, I could mail like a rusty, stained knife to Robert, and he would not take it as a threat. All right, let's see. You should. I should mail Robert rusty stained knives. He thought you could use one of these. I have a letter I want to write to McDonald's. It's a little bit of a longer letter. I don't know if I want to do that right now. Just got my Detective Heart of America DVD the other day. Thank you for your purchase. I hope you enjoy the DVD. Alright, I think I'm going to write to, you know what? I'm gonna write to my, mother. I gotta get another letter out to my mother. I write to my mother every week. Let's write a letter to my mother. Excuse me. Let's find some cute little paper. Right to my mom. This is a cute little paper stack. Oh, I found it. I found the paper I'd like to use. There's a bear holding a lemon slice. This with matching envelopes, of course. Small bear or big lemon? It's up to you to decide. For anyone who wants this paper yourself, it appears to be by Akira Kusaka. Kozika Products. This is from Japan. It's blank on the other side, but you can see this is high quality paper. Look at this texture. I do feel as though this particular paper probably would benefit from a lighter ink. Not lighter in color, but lighter in flow. Alright, I think I've figured out what pen and ink I want to use. Let me go grab the ink to show you. This is a sailor ink. Date Kokoro. I've used this once before. Sailor Yurameku Date Kokoro, which I believe, so this is a flickering ink, which means that it goes down on the paper a little bit different than it dries, although it probably won't show up as much on this particularly colorful paper. And the Date Kokoro is apparently heart enamored by showy flamboyance. So let's write this letter. I should probably use the board for this paper. This paper feels a little thin. Here we go. Dearest Mother. Yeah, I think this is the correct choice. It's behaving well in this paper. Well enough that I think it's actually possible that a water ink would have been just fine. I think this paper's probably pretty well designed. You can see just a bit purple. Dearest Mother. I'm going to use the chat question as the basis for this question, for this this letter. Chat was asking whether this is a small bear or a big lemon. It was a chamber senator in particular who said this. It's a good question, dearest mother. I've asked my mom a question regarding bear size before. I just realizing I've asked this exact same question. Just about different bear stationery that I've used, in which the bear was holding a huge fish. I have another bear size question for you. As the only person I know besides Butch, that's her husband, know who sure I'm not misspelling this. Yeah, okay. Regularly encounters wild bears, I hope you can answer it. Is the bear below very small? Or are those lemons there's a little fiber in the, it's gotten caught in the nib, one sec. The microfiber thing, I'm gonna try to get the fiber off. Alright. Well, those lemons, there we go. Very big. This is an important question. So please get back to me as soon as you can. Your child Jason. Butch is such a lovely name. Only Butch I've known was someone very special who died. Very sorry the Butch you knew died. This Butch, very nice guy. Very good person. Extremely kind man. My mom been married a few times over the course of her life, and this is the good one. You know, I like my father, but he was not a good match for her, given that he left. Butch, very good though. All right, I'm gonna put this in this matching envelope. This has no gumming, which is no problem. You have a P.O. box. Yep, it's in the description. Now, my mother's address I'm going to put on after the stream, obviously. I'm going to put the stamp here, though. Covers up the lemon a little, but thankfully does not cover up the bear with the lemon slice. I'm going to put this pad and ink away. Alright, let's write another letter. You open packages on your streams? No, definitely not. I've gotten weird enough stuff before that would absolutely not be something I would do. Have some of my tea. Let's write another letter. Should I write my McDonald's letter? I think I'm going to save that for another stream, because it is going to be long, so I don't know how long that's going to take. I do want to write to Domino Foods, though. They make brown sugar that I use. So. Let me write to Domino Foods. I can't tell if I hear Pancake scratching at the door. I'm gonna go look very quickly. Pancake is back inside. I repeat, Pancake is back inside. Let me get some paper for this domino letter. Alright. Free Redman, thank you for the $2. What's your preferred brand of molasses? I actually do not remember. I bought a jar of molasses recently to replace my old jar, which lasted for a very long time. Yeah, I don't think I have a preferred brand. I just don't use molasses enough to have developed a preferred brand. Alright, I got this the stationery set from Peter Popper Press. Peter Popper Press makes a bunch of pretty good paper. Easy to find in the United States. They sell it at Barnes & Noble. If you still have a Barnes & Noble near you. Lovely box. Comes with 30 sheets, 24 envelopes. Let me open this up. Nice thing about this paper is it's pretty good paper at a pretty good price. Price-wise, you're not going to be paying a ton for this. You're getting a good amount of paper. And the paper itself, I found, works well with fountain pens. It's not like Midori or anything, but it works pretty well. Good paper. And you can see this has some hearts on it. And the hearts, some of them are shiny. That's right, there's some shiny hearts here too. So the paper makes an impression. We've got a variety of paper sets from this company. Pancake is back. Pancake's to be jumping up on the table. Pancake's coming over. Gotta move this out of the way. Here comes Pancake. Pancake is here. Pancake has arrived, everyone. Pancake heard we were blowing through letters. And there's the matching envelopes too, obviously. But yeah, these sets you can find, at least in the United States, for... Sometimes they're on sale for around $10. Their usual price is, I think, 12 or 13. But you get a decent amount of paper, and again, very high quality, with the envelopes to match. This paper is thicker than Japanese paper, so I don't have to worry about the pen poking through when using this. Figure out what ink I want to use. Pancake is grooming herself, so if you do hear grooming sounds, that is the culprit. Superboys, thank you for the $4.99. Please give this to Pancake for her to get a treat for herself. I will. Thank you. Pancake will get a lovely treat. Thanks to you. Alright. Let me grab the ink that goes along with this pen. This is a Diamine ink. Mulled wine. grab that.
Pancake's back. Oh, Pancake tripped a little bit and hit my touch-activated light. 1 second. Sorry for the flashing. Gotta get it. Gotta get it back. Pancake is the least graceful cat I've ever met. She's constantly having having little spills. Here's a mulled wine by Diamine. This is one of my favorite types of ink jars. It's both beautiful and functional. It's got a nice big top. And because of the little areas down here, when the ink is running low, you can just tilt it to one side, get it to pool up in one of the little corners, make it easier to fill. Beautiful bottle. Alright, let's write to Diamine. No, not Diamine. Let's write to Domino. Domino Foods. I'm not going to put the date here because the date would typically go over here, and I don't want to mess up those hearts. To Domino Foods. I do really like this ink. I think it's a nice red. It's just leaning into purple. Like just a little bit. Because of that, it's one of my favorite. You know, it's wine colored. It's a burgundy. To Domino Foods. Oh no, my bits dropped for a second. Sorry everyone, this bits. Oh yeah, my bits are having all sorts of trouble.